From the John C. Hench Production Art Studios in Peoria, VideoMax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts Andrew Darling and Alexandria Reynolds. News with Ashley Edlin and Cody Brutlak. And your Midstate reporting team. Sports with Drew Tate. In the Spotlight with Sandra Hollywood Hall. Let's Eat with Kate Alt. And State of the Arts with Rachel Seacrest. Midstate Magazine starts right now. Take it away, kids.
Hey there, welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Andrew Darling.
And I'm Alexandria Reynolds.
And we got a lot we can talk about today. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exciting things going on.
I'm very excited for our show today.
Let me tell you what was going on in my house last night.
Okay.
There was some creepy stuff going on.
Really?
I was minding my own business when all of a sudden I keep on hearing like these bumps and these cluttery noises. I had no idea what was going on. And my car alarm went off for no reason.
That's never good.
It was mysterious.
I mean, Halloween's over now, but we might still be experiencing some spooky shenanigans.
I'm paranoid enough to believe that, for sure.
Really?
It can't be mice, because I caught and killed 2 mice.
Now, I remember we had been talking about how you had some mice in your house. And
yes.
You took care of those?
I did. I caught them. Well, not just me. I had help.
Well, we'll have to get to the bottom of this. But right now, we have the news. Here's Ashley and Cody.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Cody Brutlak.
And I'm Ashley Edlin, and now let's take a first look at the news.
Many troops in Afghanistan won't be able to spend the holiday season with their families. Operation Santa is ready to bring Christmas to these men and women by shipping 35,000 stockings overseas. Midstate Magazine's Jen French has more.
With the holiday season approaching, 7-year-old Brett wants to bring Christmas to the troops in Afghanistan. So far, he's collected thousands of items to stuff stockings for them.
He wanted to do a lot of stockings, so we got the idea, instead of just sending a few items from home that we could gather, that he would go door to door and start collecting a lot of items.
Within only 5 days, Brett collected 3,000 items.
To help the soldiers.
Help the soldiers? And how do you think this is helping the soldiers?
By getting all the items for them.
Brett has given his collection to Operation Santa, a stocking drive for troops overseas. 5 years ago, Patty Smith's 2 sons were deployed to Iraq. Operation Santa started as a way for Patty to bring Christmas to her sons. Now it's the largest stocking stuffing drive in the nation.
Is an accidental success. I know things aren't supposed to start out that way. This was to be a one-time only event for my son and his platoon.
Now that her son Josie is out of the Marines, this is the first year that he has been able to witness the stuffing. Women from the Bueller home have made almost 800 stockings for the cause.
Our goal is to bring hope to our servicemen and women, letting them know they are not forgotten, they are loved, they are prayed for, that America eagerly awaits their return.
In Peoria, the stuffing is taking place at the Midwest Food Bank until Thanksgiving. Operation Santa is still seeking funds to help with shipping costs. For more information, visit operationsanta.info. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Jen French.
Locations in Decatur and Bloomington are also stuffing stockings. This is the 2nd year that Operation Santa has partnered with the Peoria Jewish Federation. 300 Hanukkah sacks were made to be shipped to the Jewish soldiers.
Bradley University's forewarned system locked down the campus last Tuesday as police searched for a suspected robber. 2 men believed to be connected to a holdup at a Grand Prairie Buffalo Wild Wings were trailed by police when their car crashed into the intersection of University and St. James. One suspect fled the scene and was last spotted near the campus. The other was immediately taken into custody and treated at the OSF St. Francis Medical Center. BU's forewarned system sent out a text message around 2:41 a.m. warning all students to lock down immediately. Midstate Magazine will take a closer look at the forewarned system and its success next week.
A non-denominational Jewish organization hasn't had a place to call home in several decades, but that will now change that they've finally found a house next to Bradley's campus. Midstate Magazine's Jen French has more.
After struggling for more than 40 years to find a home, Hillel has finally hit pay dirt. In a couple of years, this building on Fredonia will be the home they've never had, but always wanted.
This groundbreaking is the beginning. of the end of that long, long journey. The construction of this new home will finally give our Bradley Jewish community a real sense of permanence.
Hillel has moved from the parking deck to where the current Sigma Chi house is to a house on Duryea. However, that house hasn't been meeting the community's needs.
It's been nice to have a house, but they've basically been residential houses where if you want to have a sit-down dinner for 40 people, there isn't space. And we do that. Sometimes for a regular Friday evening for a Sabbath meal after services, which we have every Friday, people are crammed together.
The new facility may no longer have people sitting on top of each other because the common area and dining room will seat more than 90 people.
1530 Fredonia was once a duplex, a student rental, and a fraternity house. Now it's going to be occupied by Hillel and nearly double in square feet.
The entire house will be gutted and renovated to hold a chapel for services, 2 kosher kitchens, and a library. Kat says the new house could be a home away from home for many students.
Where students can actually come in if they have an hour between classes and they want to go study, they don't want to go back to their apartment. Or they want to come in and have a snack, or they want to come in and do their laundry.
Donors worldwide have funded this project. Katz hopes that the bidding and the construction will begin sometime before next summer, but no later than 2011. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Jen French.
Hillel spokespeople hope that the new facility will attract more Jewish students to Bradley's campus. For more information, visit bradleyhillel.org.
It was lights out in Brazil last week as 2 of its largest cities experienced a massive power failure. Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo were among the most notable cities affected. A large dam that continuously produces 1,700,000 megawatts of power stopped working, leaving thousands in the dark. The power outages are not good news for a country gearing up to host the 2016 Olympic Games.
Sesame Street celebrated its 40th anniversary on November 10th. To date, the show has won 122 Emmys and airs in more than 140 countries.
Sesame Street was designed originally to help kids entering kindergarten prepare for school. Over the years, the show has expanded to a much younger audience. In the future, Sesame Street will become available through iPods and even iPhones.
It's hard to believe that it's been around for 40 years. What was your favorite character?
The Count.
Oh, mine too, no way.
Yes.
That always reminds me, what did the Count always say? One sports anchor. Midstate Magazine's Drew Tate is standing by with sports. Drew.
Thanks, Count Cody. A local high school girl is being recognized nationally. Bloomington Central Catholic's Kelly Coran is one of 12 finalists for the High School Heisman Trophy Award. This honor is given out annually and recognizes prep athletes for their work both on and off the field. Coran has a 4.1 GPA and is just the 9th person in Illinois to win multiple cross-country state titles. She has narrowed down her college choices to Illinois, Duke, and Notre Dame. The winner will be announced December 12th in New York. And Bradley University's women's cross-country team has experienced some success this year, and one of those successful parts is runner Nicole Benson. Midstate Magazine's Mike Haas has more.
Nicole Benson is a freshman at Bradley University and is currently just starting her running career.
So far good. It's exciting because since I redshirted last year's cross indoor and outdoor track season that I kind of missed out on really getting a handle of what it felt like to race again. So everything's been kind of new to me.
While at Limestone High School, Nicole won state. But in college, she knows that things are different.
Level of competition because you're not one of those standout athletes anymore. It's kind of, everyone's kind of on the same level as you, and you have to work yourself up.
She talks about what it means to be named to the 2009 Missouri Valley Conference All-Conference Cross-Country Team.
It's exciting. Take a lot of pride in it just because having to sit out last year and everything, it kind of stunk not being able to be out there with the teams.
During the summer, Nicole isn't just laying around the pool.
I use a lot of that as just building training. I didn't full out race.
She feels that running will be part of her life for many years to come, and I asked her what got her interested.
I picked this up when I was in 8th grade, and I really don't know what motivated me to decide to run. I was good at it, and I just stuck with it.
And stuck with it she has. Nicole is having a great first season, and in 6 races she has 5 top 10 finishes, including 2 wins at Western Illinois University and SIU Edwardsville. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Mike Hawes.
And finally, the St. Louis Blues are going to honor one of the greatest hockey players of all time. The team will have a ceremony December 15th to pay tribute to Brett Hull. Hull was inducted into the NHL Hall of Fame on November 9th. Hull played for the Blues from 1988 to 1998, and he was named the league MVP in 1991. And he has scored 741 goals during his 20-year career, and that's the third most in NHL history. And that's all for sports. Back to you, Ashley.
Thanks, Drew. A South Korean woman has passed her written driver's exam on her 950th attempt. Cha Sa-soon passed the test with a 60% after spending nearly $4,200 since 2005 in application fees. She told local newspapers she needs a license for her vegetable growing business. Soon's next step will be to pass the driver's test.
Well, that's all for the news. I'm Cody Brutlag.
And I'm Ashley Edlund. Be sure to join us next week.
And I'm Drew Tate. Have a good evening.
Thanks, Ashley, Cody, and Drew. That newscast was brought to you by the letter M. You see what I did there?
That's very true.
Did you see that?
From Sesame Street.
That is from Sesame Street. My favorite Sesame Street character is Cookie Monster. He's the best.
I know. And well, during our little break there, we came to the realization that we share the same. And so I, being the bigger person, will choose another favorite because we can't have the same favorite.
It's true.
I also am a big fan of Oscar the Grouch. So why do you like the Cookie Monster?
Well, the Cookie Monster is my favorite because he's kind of a paranoid schizophrenic.
Oh.
He compulsively eats cookies, and he doesn't so much eat them so much as he just kind of mangles them and gets pieces all in his fur, and he gets more on the floor and on everyone else than in his mouth.
Really?
Because he loves cookies that much.
I think I like Oscar because I can relate because we're both grouchy people sometimes. Right now we have Money Matters. Here's Bradley Miles.
Welcome to another edition of Money Matters with Bradley Miles. With earnings season coming to an end, the broader market indices rallied on Monday, November 9th to reach and set new 52-week highs. 2 weeks ago, the Federal Board of Governors decided to keep the Fed funds rate at 0. With this decision, the U.S. real interest rate remains negative, causing the U.S. dollar to depreciate. Gold closed above $1,100, setting an all-time high for the commodity. Gold has historically been a hedge against inflation, and with the Fed pumping over $1 trillion into the economy, some analysts are expecting gold to climb to $1,200. The dollar index depreciates against the currencies of the world, causing the U.S. stocks to be cheap and for demand to increase. This week, Macy's, JCPenney's, Kohl's, and Nordstrom's reports earnings. These companies will also offer guidance for the retail industry for the fourth quarter. Thank you for joining me this week on Money Matters with Bradley Miles.
Thanks, Bradley Miles, for your Money Matters report. Alexandria, I feel a little confused. Did you gather anything from that?
Well, I feel like Bradley could say anything. He looks so sharp, and he just looks like he knows what he's talking about, but he really does. And I think what he was talking about gold usually keeping or preventing inflation, meaning gold is a very solid value, whereas the value of $1 can depreciate or be greater in comparison to other countries and their currency, like the euro. Right now, I'm pretty sure the dollar is less valuable, which isn't what we want to hear, but I'm still optimistic. I feel like things are getting better.
So now's a good time for me to sell my solid gold pair of pants?
Maybe. I don't know yet. Maybe you should hold on to those. Right now we have Get Real. Here's Casimiro Fernandez.
Welcome to Get Real. Disney's A Christmas Carol is a 3D motion captured retelling of Charles Dickens' classic A Christmas Tale. Robert Zemeckis, who has previously directed Beowulf and the Polar Express, once again brings a new look and feel to a story that has been read for generations.
What do you want with me?
You will be haunted by 3 spirits. I'd rather not.
A Christmas Carol follows the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, a frugal businessman who views Christmas as a waste of time. On Christmas Eve, Scrooge is given the opportunity to see the error of his ways and find the true meaning of Christmas when he is visited by 3 ghosts who give him one last shot at turning his life around. Disney's A Christmas Carol brings a new and exciting feel to Dickens' story. Jim Carrey shines as Ebenezer Scrooge and also as the 3 ghosts. The visuals are stunning, and seeing it in 3D definitely adds to the experience. Where the movie falls short is that at times the story can drag and it lacks the charm that A Christmas Carol has been known for. The dialogue in the movie can become confusing at times, and as many of the lines hold true to the original story, which could be a major drawback for children. Whoever loves Charles Dickens' Christmas Tale and anyone who wants to get into the Christmas spirit will definitely love this movie. I give Disney's A Christmas Carol 2.5 out of 4 stars. For Get Real, I'm Casimiro Fernandez.
Thanks, Casimiro. I love Jim Carrey, and I like The Christmas Carol, but there has been a lot of reincarnations of that story. Like, there's got to be at least 20 different movies about it.
There are so many. Let's think of some.
Okay, there's the Muppet one, and there is the Flintstones one, and the Mickey Mouse one.
Mickey Mouse?
I believe there was a Mickey Mouse one. There's got to be a Disney-related one. Can you think of any?
Well, I know what I thought of is every year Lifetime always comes out with a new one. Cornier than ever, but hey, they're good. But then also we get some that aren't even having to do with Christmas, but just use that same plot, like Ghost of Girlfriends Past.
Matthew McConaughey.
And stuff like, I mean, who doesn't like to watch Matthew McConaughey? So they use that concept a lot. So it always gets me in the Christmas spirit, and I'm excited.
Love Christmas.
Up next, here's On the Beat with Elizabeth Scoville.
Releasing their second album entitled Memento Mori this week is alternative rock band Flyleaf, meaning Remember You Will Die. This is the latest album from the band in 4 years. It pulls from tragedies and illness the band members have experienced, while the passionate vocals tell stories of pain and redemption. Lead singer Lacey Mosley's vocals add to the power behind Flyleaf's standout sound. Mosley can scream and sing with the best, but her vocals extend far beyond that. Her ability to sing a soft melody before bursting into a fierce scream pushes the limits for this genre. The band is known for their willingness to address deep issues that other bands shy away from. It provides lyrics that address thoughts and emotions that we should remember and reflect on. If you're ready to listen to music that will really challenge your thoughts, be sure to check out this 12-track album this week. For On the Beat, I'm Elizabeth Scoville.
Thanks, Elizabeth Scoville. I don't know much about Flyleaf, but I do know that maybe we should start a band.
I think that's a perfect idea.
Can I be in the band?
Well, since it would only consist of you and I.
Yes.
I guess.
Okay. I will play the manliest instrument that exists, which is the spoons on my knee. Oh. And you will play the keytar.
The keytar, I feel like I could, because I play the piano and I play Guitar Hero.
You are qualified.
And what is the perfect combination of those two talents?
The keytar.
The keytar.
It's
you know,
perfect.
I've also dabbled a little bit with the accordion. We might be able to throw that in there.
Spoons, guitar, and accordion. I love it. Sounds like a symphony of
And you could always switch
wonder.
over to like the cowbell and the triangle every once in a while. Right now we have Spotlight. Here's Sandra Hollywood Hall.
Hello and welcome to the Hot and on Top in the Spotlight with me, Sandra Hollywood Hall. I'll be delivering you firsthand some of the hottest entertainment news that Hollywood has to offer. Zoe Kravitz, the daughter of the honky and funky musician Lenny Kravitz, is now the face of Vera Wang's Princess fragrance. The 20-year-old princess is also working on a couple of movies that are due to be released in 2010. Prices for Vera Wang Princess will run from $45 to $72. Gotta pick it up. Moving down the red carpet, Glamour magazine honors the 2009 Women of the Year, none other than R&B singer Rihanna. The 21-year-old was honored for her philanthropy work and serving as a role model for young girls. Look forward to her new album, Rated R, in store soon. Do you all remember Rachel Christie, the first African-American Miss England? Well, she has certainly lost her crown due to a brawl with another beauty queen, Miss Manchester Sarah Beverly Jones. The Miss Congenialities were not fighting over a crown, but allegedly over a man. Apparently, Tornado from England's Gladiators is Sarah's ex. Bottom line, after a few exchanges of words and fists, former Miss England was sent to jail and later released. She has turned over her crown in order to serve as a positive role model to individuals. Well, thank you for tuning in to another exciting edition with me, Sandra Hollywood Hall. And remember, you can always count on me to keep you in the know within the spotlight. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sandra. That was some pretty heavy drama there going on.
It was intense. And has she mentioned Zoe Kravitz and how she's the new face of Vera Wang Princess perfume. That happens to be what I wear most on a regular basis. You know, something I noticed though is a lot of these perfumes that girls obsess over, maybe not even because of how they smell, but like Vera Wang and like models who represent them, they might not even smell that good.
Really?
I think a lot of guys think they smell gross.
I think that they all pretty much smell fine. I don't really have that problem. I don't wear cologne myself, really, ever.
Okay.
I just, you know, I like to smell natural, you know, just there you
the
go.
best way.
I wear deodorant,
Oh.
you know, just no cologne.
Oh, okay, not too natural
Yeah,
now.
not too natural, no.
But you know, I feel like guys, all the perfumes smell the same, so sometimes I don't even try. But up next we have About Town. Here's Gabrielle Balzel.
A little less than an hour from Peoria and just outside Lewiston, Illinois, sits Dixon Mounds. Formerly home to the Native Americans of the Illinois River Valley, the settlement, famous for its burial mound complex, is now one of the nation's major on-site archaeological museums. In the 1920s, Don Dixon began excavation into these burial mounds. To the untrained eye, they appear to be nothing but small hills in the Illinois farmland, but to Native Americans living here 2,000 years ago, the mounds were sacred tombs for those who passed away.
We know that Native people began placing members of their community, the people who had passed in their community, in mounds on the tops of bluffs overlooking major river valleys. Dixon was aware of this and began excavation into some of the mounds located here.
Dixon Mounds is one of the only on-site archaeological museums in the country, which means that besides being a museum, the building also operates as a center of research for archaeologists.
There are archaeologists on staff who are excavating, learning new information about the past, and the great advantage to that then is that we can take the information that they acquire and use it to build new exhibits.
Some of the exhibits you'll find here include People of the Valley, which portrays Native American life from Ice Age hunters to the tribal groups that left Illinois in the 19th century. Another exhibit, Reflections on Three Worlds, shows us lives of the people who built the mounds surrounding the museum today. If you want to see the mounds themselves, be prepared to do some searching. The Sisters Creek Mound, for example, is named after the farm that was built on top of this burial site. 10 miles away, under Havana's Rockwell Park, you'll find the Rockwell Mound.
At the end of the day, it gives you an extraordinary perspective of human society because you have a long view. That is to say, you look over the years, in some cases thousands of years, to have an idea about how human beings lived on this landscape.
Dixon Mounds Museum operates year-round and is open daily from 8:30 to 5. Make sure while you're here to check out the grounds and enjoy some of the River Valley scenery. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Gabrielle Balzel.
Thanks a lot. History, archaeology, learning, it's all very exciting, but I want to talk more about cologne and perfume.
Because that's more
Tell me more.
Well, one thing I was going to say is I read in one of my many magazines that I subscribe to that they recommended that girls try wearing men's cologne because guys would think that smells better. I don't know. Maybe.
It's a mystery.
We'll never know. Here we have State of the Arts. Here's Rachel Seacrest.
Hi, and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm your host, Rachel Seacrest, and tonight we'd like to bring back a talented singer who now has her own album on iTunes. So we'd like to welcome back Caitlin Steckley.
Hi.
Thanks so much for coming back and being with us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
So how'd you get your album on iTunes?
It's actually a really boring process. You go through the internet and kind of like put it up there, but the process to get there was actually a lot more hard. I actually spent the entire summer kind of producing the album, working with a couple of really talented people back in New Lenox where I'm from, kind of writing the songs, putting it all together, getting everything from the album art to kind of listing the tracks. So that was really like a 6-month process. So it was really exciting when it all kind of came together and we got to put it up there and kind of see the results.
So you write your own music. So what style of music would you say it resembles?
From what I've heard from other people, it's kind of fits into like a country genre, but I like to think that all my influences kind of show up, anything from Taylor Swift to Adele to Norah Jones. So I guess it's all kind of in there, kind of like a weird hybrid of it all.
So as a musician, what are your career goals?
I mean, I would just really like to sing for as long as I possibly can, whether or not it's a career or just something that I do on the side. As long as I'm singing, I'll be happy.
All right, well, we're going to listen to Caitlin sing. Tonight she's going to be performing a song that she wrote entitled Embers, and also Joe Catrone is coming back and he'll be accompanying her on the piano tonight.
You said my
my soul on fire till there's nothing left but embers. Oh, and I feel so emptied out inside, but I still count on December, and I will be there. Well, I'm not the kind of girl to beg for answers I already know. But when you look up at the rear view, baby, I'll be standing outside in the snow, and I will be there. Don't you know that I will? And you can dance around in all those other seasons, but I'll be waiting in December still. Well, I guess the seasons know my ways. That's why they're always changing. And you can go if you're going to, but December's where I'm staying, and I will be there. Don't you know that I will? And you can dance around in all those other seasons, but I'll be waiting in December still. Oh, oh, oh.
Wow, Caitlin, I just want to say you have a very rich and powerful voice, and I love it.
Thank
and
you.
Thanks so much for returning and coming back with us. If you can listen to Caitlin's album, or you can get your own album by going to iTunes and typing in her name, Caitlin Steckley. So thanks for watching State of the Arts. And again, I'm Rachel Seacrest, leaving you with this. Ronald Reagan once said, "Life is one grand, sweet song." So start the music. That was really pretty.
Thanks, Rachel Seacrest. I'm kind of jealous right now because I don't have an album. I wish I
Well,
did.
just wait, because when we start our band, I know
Oh,
that
yeah, we will get our own
We'll be
album.
doing some recording.
Perfect.
So did you get some inspiration from her quote today?
Ronald Reagan, yes, he was inspiring.
I feel like he had a lot of good quotes. He used to be an actor.
Yeah.
And then he went on. So you never know. I mean, your acting career, after you win enough awards.
I'm going to be the next Ronald Reagan? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you could just go on to even greater things. Because, I mean, I guess that's how you're going to have your band.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to be the best.
So, TV, band, success.
Success. I mean, it's all going to be successful. So I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I'm sure you'll be fine. But I found that quote very, very inspiring.
And what will you do?
Live life to the fullest.
What will make you successful? Or will our band skyrocket you to that fame?
I'm just going to ride that train until it stops at the station, and then I'll be content. I mean, I'm one of those people who's content with my life, unlike you.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
thanks.
We will just have to take care of this next week. But for now, thank you so much for joining us, and join us next week.